Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. It's Jordan here. Today we're going to continue working on my double-sized Daily Bugle. The other day we built the exterior, and today we're going to be working on the interior details. When building the set, I decided to stick with the original design, and all of the front panels of glass can be removed to reveal the interior. The top floor is completely empty, so it has a lot of potential to become something pretty cool. The fourth floor has the secretary's office and also J. Jonah Jameson's office. And then it's got a lot of space right there. We could probably increase the size of his office. The third floor has Spider-Man's office, with the picture of Spider-Man, of course, and a ton of open space to work with. The second floor has this workstation right here, and I think this is the only floor that I feel comfortable with completely replicating, so we can have two different workstations. I really like the interior details, so duplicating that will actually work out quite nicely. The Daily Bugle is modular in a couple different ways. As we saw there, the front glass panels can be removed, but the building also comes apart floor by floor. And this is actually the only way to access the ground floor. The ground floor has our base plate, which also requires some detail work. And then the interior, I started working on it, but wanted to head in a different direction. So this, of course, is where we're going to start with our detail work. Starting with the exterior of the ground floor, you can see that we got one additional newspaper stand, which will be allocated somewhere else in the LEGO city. In addition to that, we got one more taxi cab, which is always a bonus. Around back here, we have the New York sewer, the electrical box, some cardboard boxes, a couple rats, and also 4 dumpsters. In addition to that, I decided to stick with the original design, leaving a nice combination of studs and various tiles for that broken pavement sort of look. Of course, we still have Spider-Man's web there, the back door, and also this panel that can be broken out of the wall. The interior is tiled off in that awesome green color, and it's ready for some details. The first thing we have here is this wicked cool vending machine, which has the blue canisters of pop inside, which is actually web juice. Of course, we got 2 of these sets, so I decided to build another one of these awesome vending machines here. It doesn't have web juice inside, but rather some competitors in the pop industry. The lobby of the Daily Bugle for sure has to be representing its own paper. The lobby now has 2 rows of seats. I really enjoyed the original desk design, and of course we have 2 of them now, and when you put them together, it actually creates a nice semicircle. And of course that desk needs a chair. And a cabinet. Just behind that desk, in front of the elevator, we've got a couple rewards. And then of course a gate with a keypad for the staff to access the elevator. You can see that there's a large open space here in the middle of our lobby, and there's an orange jumper tile. Well, I decided to create a custom fish tank right here. I figured the prestigious Daily Bugle needed a large fish tank, and that fits perfectly right in the middle of our lobby. The last thing we need to add to our lobby is TV screens. And of course some minifigures. So here we go. This is our lobby. You can see we've got Gwen Stacy and Aunt May there. We're looking to bring some cookies up to Peter Parker. Got a couple vending machines, lots of seating, Blades checking out that awesome new aquarium. Also got the curved desk there with the gate leading to the elevator. Some more newspapers on the wall, couple TVs, and you can't forget about the breakout wall. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, I wasn't too concerned about replicating the second floor. The second floor is really neat. It's got all those monitors, some nice desks, and some workstations where reporters can, of course, report on the news. It's got some nice newspapers not mounted to the wall there. Beside the elevator over here, we have a little snack cart with some donuts, coffee, refrigerator, a drawer unit, and I replicated it on this side over here. I did switch out that little snack unit with some drawers and also a photocopier. There's also a couple boxes in the corner there and some newspaper stacks all over the ground. But overall, I really enjoyed this floor here. I just thought the original model looked really good, so I had no problem duplicating it. So there's our first and second floor, but as you can see, there's no front glass panel there. I actually made some modifications to the second floor glass panel. Seeing that it's a lot larger than the original, I was able to fit more of these TV screens. So now we have the Vampire Spotted TV screen. Panic as garlic supplies hit all-time low. Then we have the larger screen right there on the 16:8 panel. Then another 8:8 TV screen there. And then this one here, which is actually found on the back of the Daily Bugle. Luckily I had 2 of them so I could put it on the front. And it's Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, and it is a billboard with some lights above. And then over here I have another Vote Oswald for Mayor. So as you can see, those TV screens now wrap right around the second floor. Oh, I also added a couple more civilian minifigures within the interior as well. Looks like this guy here had a pretty rough night. Our third floor has Peter Parker's office. I've moved it over here to the window position. It's pretty much the same. It's got a really nice desk there, the drawer unit behind, the photo of Spider-Man just behind his desk there, a couple boxes full of stuff, and then I believe a post-it note wall there, sort of maybe like a crime tracking board, and the sand green backdrop. The sand green backdrop is pretty cool. As you can see, I've added an interior wall right here with the sand blue windows and sand blue door. And on the other side of that wall is something 100% new, something custom that's added to this floor. This is my news research cubicles. So this is where employees of the Bugle research other newspapers like the Daily Brick, etc. They also accept letters here, and they do research for stories. It's got some overhead lighting there that's connected to the sand green wall using some of those paint rollers and dish elements, and just a nice desk there that can sit 3 people, and of course those chairs can rotate as well. So that is the new addition to this floor. Over here to the right we have the elevator, the spider web, the copier, drawer unit, pizza boxes, some newspapers in the corner, some cardboard boxes, and the spider on the wall. I really like the sand green backdrop. That's why I decided to extend it all the way across. And also I stuck with the nougat flooring. You will see a door right there beside the elevator. That door actually leads out to the balcony right over here. And this is where I shall add a brooding Punisher. Now originally the Daily Bugle was only 4 floors, so after Peter Parker's office there, we would move on to J. Jonah Jameson's office. But I've added a 5th floor, and J. Jonah Jameson's office has to be the top floor. So I thought this was the perfect opportunity to add a news broadcast room. As you can see, we've got a green screen right there, and the angry reporter reporting the news in front of that green screen there with a nice curved desk. I also have a custom camera right here, just like a studio camera. It has a boom mic. It can move on spot there. And above that, we have some large studio lights as well, which are connected using ball joints so they can be put into the perfect position to provide the most light onto the news anchor. Right over here, we just have some drawers and also a board telling us the newest and best news. Use some of the remaining light gray bricks and also some of the sand blue door frames to create a pretty cool dividing wall there. I got the door and also one of those doors mounted sideways there on top to provide a nice large window. And then over here, I have a little makeup room where people can get ready to go on the set. As you can see, we've got the makeup table there with some 2x4 tiles representing mirrors and lights on either side of those 2x4 tiles. Pretty cool tiled floor here using that blue color and also dark tan. I think this was an interesting way to use the additional floor. It's something that Daily Bugle was sort of missing. Now, something I did do to improve the structure of the Daily Bugle, specifically mine, because the bricks have to span a larger distance, is I actually added a underlying layer of gray plate bridging our large bricks. And in places where it wouldn't work nicely with these inverted slopes, I used 2 1x1 plates underneath just to make sure that spacing was correct. So there's a lot of trial and error with the structure just to make sure that everything was safe and secure. Let's move on to our last floor, which is J. Jonah Jameson's office. Well, of course, there's the roof too, which I added some cool stuff to. So I didn't change this office here. It's got that wicked cool TV, and I actually love the color contrast with this supporting wall right here. The black windows and the dark red bricks really go well together. This is J. Jonah Jameson's office right here. You can see his desk is at a nice angle there. I did add another one of those cabinets there with the amethyst and the rewards. Now, I did expand his office, I believe, by about 4 or 5 studs. So just a little bit more room in there for him, which is good. And I added another room right over here. I figured that J. Jonah Jameson is a man of style, so I gave him a nice hardwood floor. Excuse the 2x2 jumper there in dark red. Ran out of 2x2 jumpers in brown. But yeah, it's got a nice hardwood floor, nice tall ceilings, of course, and he loves watching himself on the TV. I was thinking to myself, what can I make in this room? So I decided to replicate that other wall since I loved it so much, and I think I came up with a pretty cool idea. The first piece of furniture that I decided to build for this room is this cabinet right here. You can see it's got glass doors and a nice wood frame, some books in the interior, and also some spirits behind glass there as well. It's built sideways. You see how I did that? It's technically like that, but then I put some Technic bricks on the bottom, allowing us to put those 1x1 studs like that so we can attach it in place. Just like that there. The next thing that I decided to build was two of these large comfy armchairs right here. You can see it uses the normal chair element, also a bunch of curved slopes to make it larger and better. Now J. Jonah Jameson loves his cigars, so I decided to give him a humidor full of cigars, which are candlesticks, and the humidor is just a treasure chest. There we go, we've got him on his chair there, smoking his large cigar, and on the table in front of him, there is a frying pan, which is an ashtray, and also just a bottle there. So we made J. Jonah Jameson his very own cigar room, right next to his office, because I think he deserves it. To be honest with you, I wasn't going to make any changes to the roof. It has this really neat water tower, this large antenna, and I just didn't think that I needed to add anything additional. But this set comes with these large pieces, and I just felt like I had to use them. So I added a propeller and a couple different dish elements and clipped them into spot using some Technic elements to make a couple nice rooftop units there. And I think it does a pretty good job of filling in that void space. So there we go, everybody. That is the interior details of our new double Daily Bugle. Yes, I used 2 sets to create this. I also got a bunch of parts from my inventory, so you would not be able to build this exact model if you just used 2 sets. But you could definitely build something pretty close to it. My original intention was to place the Daily Bugle along with all of the minifigures here on Pop Culture Street next to the Sanctum Sanctorum, but as I was filming this video, I realized I made a critical error when building this set. It's nothing too crazy and nothing that can't be fixed. What that error is, I'll let you discover that on your own. The last thing that this set needs is all of its minifigures placed all over it. I know a lot of people are going to be rooting for me to put the Green Goblin bursting out of one of the windows again. I honestly don't think I'm going to do that just because it looks so good and so clean. The thing is there's not a whole lot of studs on this building here, so there's not a whole lot of places to put these minifigures other than the staircase. So I can't really place minifigures until we get this thing back in the LEGO City. Now, even though I don't want to have the Green Goblin bursting out of one of the windows, I can definitely have him flying right nearby. I will be placing this in the LEGO City in a LEGO City update coming out in the very near future. And when we place it, we will be using all of these minifigures to add awesome stories and details. Let me know what you think of my double Daily Bugle by commenting below. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff. And thank you so much for coming on by.